Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. So, today we have a battle against DayDay, random person offline. So yeah, looking at their team there, looks to be pretty strong, pretty interesting, definitely a sand team of sorts, which is going to make for a challenging one. So, looking at my team, it is the same one that I've been using the past few games here. So, what do I want to lead with in this one? That is a good question. Huh. I think we'll just go ahead and go with the Terrapagos in this one. And we'll see how that works out. Alright. So, there he is. And it looks like he's going to lead with the Galvantula as we lead with the Terrapagos. So, we are going to get the Terra Shift right away to change form, of course. And so, this thing will more than likely be going for the Sticky Web, because that's what they usually do. I think what we're going to do is just go ahead and fire off a Terra Star Storm. So we're just going to do that as this thing goes for the Sticky Web, of course. Gets the entry hazard set up on us, which is not great, as we have no way to get rid of it. But we do go for the Terra Star Storm in return. Going to knock this thing all the way down to the Focus Sash that it, of course, has, as they often do. So, this turn, I kind of want to get Stealth Rock up, but at the same time, does not look super useful against their team, so I think it might be more useful just to go ahead and take this thing out. So, I think we're just going to go ahead and go for another Terra Star Storms. That's what we're going to do. As this thing does go for the Thunder, Terra Shell, of course, is going to reduce the damage since we're at full HP. And so it's going to make it not very effective. So that does some chip damage to us as we go for the next Terra Star Storm. Is going to be more than enough to obviously take out the Galvantula and knock him down to 5. And then, of course, we are going to get some HP back with the leftovers. So, we'll see what he wants to bring in response to that. What is it gonna be? It is going to be the Tyranitar. So that thing's coming in. He is going to get the Sandstream to obviously create the Sandstorm. And so I think, how do we want to play this? This thing could start to set up on us, but I think our best bet is just to go ahead and get as much damage as possible. So we're going to Earth Power here. See what he wants to do. He could just go for more hazards as we do outspeed this thing. Earth Power is going to do a respectable amount of damage to this thing, knocking it down to by about a third. He is going to go for the Dragon Dance in return, which is bad news, obviously. Going to get that special attack attack and speed increase as we do take the sand damage, and then we are just going to regain that HP immediately with the leftovers. So I think we really have no choice but to just kind of see this through right now, so we're just going to go ahead and Earth Power again, as this turn he outspeeds, goes for the Earthquake at +1. Going to do a lot of damage, but we do survive with about a third HP, go for the next Earth Power, not quite enough to get the KO on the Tyranitar, unfortunately, as we do take more sand damage and then get more leftovers recovery. So, in this situation, I don't think it's really super useful to try and keep Terrapagos around. We don't really have a great switch to the Tyranitar, unfortunately, so we're just going to stay in and go for the next Earth Power here, see what he wants to do, as he does just go for the next Earthquake, and unfortunately that will be enough to finish the Terrapagos off, knocking us down to 5. So I think our best switch here is definitely going to be the Metagross, so we're going to go ahead and come in with that. And so the Bullet Punch is really obvious here, so we could make a different play, predicting a switch on their side. They could try to switch to save the Tyranitar, although I don't know if they'll do that or not, since they are Dragon Dance set up. So we're just going to make the obvious play and Bullet Punch here, as they do stay in. We do go Bullet Punch, and at max attack, it is enough to go ahead and finish that Tyranitar off from that range and knock him down to 4. So that's not too bad. And so yeah, we'll see what he wants to bring in response. And so it is going to be the Garchomp, of course. So obviously that's bad news for us. I think, how do we want to play this? Kind of want to keep Metagross around, although honestly doesn't look super useful against his team. But at the same time, I still do kind of want to keep it around. So I think we're going to go ahead and switch directly into the Moltres. I think we'll do that, predicting a ground move, and we'll see if we can maybe burn another sand turn and perhaps get something going here. So there's the Moltres, as he does go for the Swords Dance, so that's obviously horrifying. Going to get that sharp attack increase, and we are going to take some sand damage. So the question is, what kind of coverage is this thing going to have for us? It could easily have a rock move, obviously. Could just go for the dragon move outright, of course, as well. So this is not going to be a great time for us here. I think our best play is just to go for the Air Slash, so that's what we're going to do, as he does have Stone Edge, unfortunately, does connect with it, and that will surely be enough to one-shot the Moltres, knocking us down to 4. So that's definitely not great for us. So we need to come up with a plan of attack against this Garchomp, and we don't really have a great plan of attack right now, that's for sure. I think our best... How do we want to play this? This thing at +2 is a serious problem, obviously. How do we want to handle this? Or try to handle this? This is tough. Yeah, this is bad. Definitely bad. I think our best play is to go ahead and come in the Superior, so that's what we're going to do. So there it is, and of course we are going to actually get a speed increase off the Sticky Web thanks to our Contrary ability. And so I think really our only choice, well, I guess we have a couple different options here. We could try to hit this thing hard with a Dragon Pulse, or we could Leaf Storm. Now I think neutral Leaf Storm might actually do more damage in this situation than Dragon Pulse because of stab. So I think we're actually just going to Leaf Storm here and hope that we can survive whatever attack this thing goes for, although we probably can't. But yeah, let's just Leaf Storm. That's really all we got. So we're going to Leaf Storm. We do hit. We are going to take this thing down by a little more than half. We do get the special attack increase, which is nice. Though this thing is going to go for an Outrage. That will obviously one-shot us. So we lose Superior there, and we go down to 3, which is obviously terrible news. And so the only good news in this situation is that we know he's locked into Outrage. So knowing that, we can freely come back in with the Metagross. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And so obviously we don't take the speed reduction on the Sticky Web thanks to Clear Body. So the best bet we have here is to go for Meteor Mash. So that is what we're going to do, as this thing goes for the Outrage at +2. It is resisted. Even so, it does about half, which is crazy high damage. We go for the Meteor Mash in return, and fortunately it is enough to go ahead and one-shot, or finish, I should say, that Garchomp off, knocking him down to 3. As well, the Sandstorm is going to go away this turn, and we are going to get some HP back with the leftovers. So we're not out of the fight yet, as we'll see what he wants to do now. And he is going to go ahead and come in with the Hippowdon, of course. And so that thing is going to get the Sandstream to bring the Sandstorm back up. So I think really all we can do here, we can't really switch out because we don't really have a switch to this thing. So I think our best bet is just to stay in and try to wear this thing down with another Meteor Mash, so that's what we're going to do. So we do outspeed, we go for the Meteor Mash. Of course we have to miss, because that's always what Meteor Mash does, as this thing is going to curse, which is obviously a huge problem. Going to drop its speed and get that attack and defense increase. So we are going to get some HP back with the leftovers, which is something. But we're definitely not in a great situation now. So we just have to Meteor Mash again here and hope for the best. So that's what we're going to do. And we'll see if we can connect. We go for the Meteor Mash, and we miss the Meteor Mash for the second time, which is awful. He goes for the Fire Fang and actually misses as well, which is interesting. So there's that, as we gain another turn of leftovers recovery. So yeah, that's an interesting turn of events. So let's go ahead and Meteor Mash again, because we got to hit eventually, right? As we go for the third one, we do connect. It does virtually nothing to this thing as he goes for a Fire Fang. We do actually survive it, which is good, and then we get some HP back with the leftovers. So this thing is also going to go ahead and get some HP back with its leftovers. So I guess our best play here is just to Meteor Mash again, just try to chip this thing down as much as possible. So that's what we're going to do, as we do get the next Meteor Mash. Does take him down a little above half, but he is going to go for the next Fire Fang, and that will, of course, finish the Metagross off, knocking us down to 2. And then, of course, this thing does get more HP back with the leftovers. So we're not in a great spot right now. We really only have running out of options, and I think our best option is going to be to go ahead and come in with the Hitmonlee at this point. So that's what we're going to do. So there it is, and we do lose some speed off of the Sticky Web, which is a problem. So unfortunately, even though he does have the immunity to fighting in normal on his team, we may have to end up trying to go for the fake out strategy anyway. We're also kind of running out of options here. How many more turns of sand are there? This is the last turn of sand, so that's good good information. So we're going to go ahead and I think we'll go ahead and do it. So we'll go for the fake out. He actually does switch, which is unfortunate, as he is going to switch into the Excadrill, which is a bold play. So we go for the fake out. Going to go ahead and pop the normal gem, of course, to increase the power. We get some chip damage there, and of course the sand is going to go away this turn. But now we have our Unburden to double our speed, which is good. So now that the sand is gone, we should be outspeeding this thing. So we're going to go for a close combat. We do outspeed. Close combat incoming is going to be enough to go ahead and one-shot the Excadrill, which is amazing. And that is going to knock him down to 2 Pokemon. So we are hanging on here. We're still in the fight, which is something, as now he's going to go ahead and bring the Hippowdon in once again. So I'm going to go ahead and get the Sand Stream to put the sand back on the battlefield, which is obviously bad news. But I think in this situation, our best play is still to go ahead and go for the close combat, so that's what we're going to do, as we do, he actually goes for the double switch, which is interesting, and he's going to double switch out into the Houndstone, so that thing's coming in, and close combat not going to affect him, so that was a good play on his part for sure, as we do take some sand damage. So here, I think our best play is, I don't know if we're going to outspeed him. Actually, I'm pretty sure we're not going to outspeed him, unfortunately, thanks to the sand, because I believe the Sand Rush, which he obviously has, is going to double his speed as well. So we're just going to click knockoff here, as he is going to go ahead and Terrastalize, which is, of course, a problem. So he's going to go ahead and Terrastalize the Houndstone into a pure Ghost type, so just trying to get more power on the last respects, more than likely, as that's what these things usually do. So he does go for the last respects. Technically it is banned, but this is a free game, so it is what it is, as we're going to go ahead and get taken out by that on the Hitmonlee and get knocked down to just 1 Pokemon, as this thing does take some Life Orb damage. So we're going to go ahead and come in with our Alolan Muck. It is our last Pokemon. And we're going to go ahead and take the speed reduction on the Sticky Web. And so our best play here, since we haven't Terra'd, is to go ahead and Terrastallize into a pure Dark type, losing a ground weakness. And I guess we just go Knockoff. That's really our only play, so that is what we're going to do. Although it is not looking great for us at this point. So we're going to go ahead and Terrastallize Muck into a pure Dark type. Losing the ground weakness if he happens to be packing that attack. We know he's going to outspeed us, as he does just go for the last respects, and we'll see how much damage it does on a resisted hit. It actually one-shots us. Even on a resisted hit, max HP Muck still one-shots us, which is actually crazy to me. That's actually crazy damage, and so after this thing loses some HP, that is going to be game. So we are going to lose that one 2-0 to DayDay, but that was a pretty good match, actually. Pretty hard-fought game there for sure. Definitely not the best matchup on paper for us, but very competitive and a hard-fought game nonetheless. So that's it. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed it. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So that's it, and we'll see you next time.